Have you ever wondered which nations are quietly turning their backs on the US superpower and cozying up to China in 2025? It's a shocking shift that's reshaping the world map, from trade deals to military pacts. You won't believe who's at number one. It's a game changer that could spark global tensions. Stick around till the end for the full reveal, and if you love eye-opening facts like this, hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's dive in and uncover the truth behind these alliances. Number 10. Hungary. Hungary is a country in Central Europe. In 2025, it is getting closer to China while moving away from the US. Chinese companies are the biggest investors in Hungary this year. They put money into factories and tech. Trade between the two countries grew a lot. China helps Hungary build better roads and trains. This creates many jobs for Hungarians. Politically, Hungary and China agree on many things. They support each other at the United Nations. Hungary's leader Viktor Orban visits China often. They talk about working together without rules from others. The US criticizes Hungary for not following Western ideas on freedom. So Hungary likes China's way of giving help without judging. They even share ideas on security. Chinese schools teach in Hungary now. This helps people learn about each other, but some worry Hungary depends too much on China. Still, it helps Hungary's economy grow fast. In Europe, Hungary is like a door for China to enter. This changes how Europe deals with the US and China. People in Hungary see new stores and better life from this friendship. It is a big shift in world friends. Overall, Hungary chooses China for easy deals and growth. Number 9. Brazil. Brazil is a large country in South America. In 2025, it is building stronger ties with China and less with the US. China buys a lot of Brazil's soybeans and meat. Trade went up by 20% this year. China invests in Brazil's ports and factories. This helps Brazil sell more and create jobs. They signed deals for better trade without US money. At world meetings, Brazil agrees with China on helping poor countries. They do exercises with ships to practice safety at sea. Brazil uses China's money, the yuan, for some buys. This saves costs and avoids US rules. The US put extra taxes on Brazil's steel, which hurt workers. China gives fair loans without bossing. Brazil is in a group called BRICS with China. They want a fair world not led by the US. This could make South America look more to China. Brazilians get new roads and tech from China. But some fear owing too much money. Still, it helps Brazil become stronger. Leaders like Lula meet Chinese bosses often. They talk about green energy too. This friendship brings hope for better life. It is a smart move for Brazil's future. Number 8. Argentina. Argentina is in South America, famous for dance and food. In 2025, it turns to China more than the US. China gives loans to Argentina for farms and mines. They mine lithium for car batteries. Trade is big, but Argentina sells less now. Still, China helps with money swaps to keep economy stable. They use yuan for deals, skipping US dollars. At UN, they vote alike on debt help. Argentina buys planes from China for defense. They share festivals and student trips. The US makes hard rules for loans, hurting people. China gives easy help. Leader Milei first said no to China, but now visits for deals. This shift helps fix high prices in Argentina. In the area, it pulls others to China. Argentinians get jobs in mines, but some worry about foreign control. Overall, it is a new start. They plan more talks in 2025. China hosts summits with Argentina. This builds trust. People see better trade soon. It changes how Argentina grows, a good choice for tough times. Number 7. Malaysia. Malaysia is in Asia with beaches and cities. In 2025, it gets closer to China, away from US push. China builds roads and trains under Belt and Road. Trade is huge, over 400 billion ringgit. They sign visa-free travel. Leaders meet often, like Anwar and Xi. They agree on peace in seas. Malaysia does patrols with China. They share tech for green power. At ASEAN, Malaysia leads in 2025 and works with China. The US wants Malaysia to fight China on tech, but no. China respects choices. This helps Malaysia grow neutral. People get better jobs and travel, but sea fights worry some. Still, it brings money. Schools teach Chinese. Festivals mix cultures. This tie makes Asia stronger together. Malaysia balances big powers. It is smart for small countries, exciting for future. Number 6. Turkey. Bridging Europe and Asia is leaning toward China over the US in 2025. Trade exceeds $50 billion, with Chinese firms like Huawei building tech hubs, creating jobs. China's $10 billion Belt and Road Investments fund railways and ports, boosting Turkey's economy. They align 75% on UN votes, and Turkey eyes BRICS membership. Military ties include joint drills and tech sharing. Turkey uses China's yuan for some trade to bypass US sanctions, which hit over Russian arms deals. Cultural exchanges grow with Chinese language programs in schools. The US criticizes Turkey's policies, but China offers no-strings deals. As a NATO member, Turkey's shift worries the West, risking alliance unity. Jobs from Chinese factories help, but some fear over-reliance. Turkey balances East and West for growth. Number 5, Indonesia, with its vast islands, is favoring China over the US in 2025. Trade hits $120 billion, with China buying nickel and palm oil. A $7 billion Chinese-funded high-speed train links cities, aiding travel. They align 80% on UN votes and resume joint Navy drills for sea safety. Indonesia uses yuan for some trade, easing costs. Cultural ties grow via student exchanges. The US imposes 32% tariffs on Indonesian goods, hurting exports, while China offers fair deals. President Prabowo's China visit strengthened ties. As an ASEAN and BRICS member, Indonesia pulls Asia toward China. Jobs from factories rise, but debt concerns linger. Indonesia stays neutral but leans east for growth, reshaping regional power. Number 4, South Africa, rich in minerals, strengthens ties with China in 2025. Trade reaches $39 billion, with China investing in mines. They align 85% on UN votes, pushing African interests. Joint peacekeeping drills occur, and yuan is used for trade. Cultural festivals boost ties. US tariffs of 30% and aid cuts push South Africa away, while China offers unconditional support. As BRICS host, it leads Africa toward China. Jobs from mining grow, but debt risks remain. South Africa seeks independence from Western influence, gaining tech and infrastructure. This shift could tilt African alliances, reducing US sway. People enjoy Chinese goods, but some worry about influence, a bold move for growth. Number 3, United Arab Emirates. The UAE, with its skyscrapers and oil, deepens ties with China in 2025. Trade nears $100 billion, with China buying oil and funding $5 billion in AI and energy projects. They align on UN votes and Belt and Road ports. Military ties include tech displays and possible drills. UN payments cut US dollar use. Cultural summits and student programs grow. US arms deals have restrictions, but China offers free trade. As a BRICS member, UAE links the Middle East to China. Jobs in tech and tourism rise, though some fear Chinese control. UAE balances US ties but leans east for wealth, reshaping oil trade. A smart play for future power. Number 2, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, the big desert kingdom with holy sites and lots of oil, is moving closer to China and less to the US in 2025. China buys most Saudi oil, over $80 billion worth, and they trade in yuan sometimes to avoid US dollar. China invests in Saudi's Vision 2030, building cities and green projects worth $20 billion. They signed closer trade ties amid US tariffs. Politically, Saudi joins BRICS and talks with China on peace in Middle East. At UN, they aligned 82% on votes. Military Saudi buys some Chinese weapons but keeps US ones for now, balancing. Culture includes student exchanges and tourism. Why shift? US pushes Saudi to cut oil and has conditions on arms. China buys steadily without rules. Trump tariffs hurt, so Saudi looks east. This helps diversify economy, creating jobs in tech and tourism. But Saudi still needs US for security. People get better tech and cheaper goods from China. This could end petrodollar fully, shaking world money. Saudi hedges between powers for strength. It's a power move for future independence. Watch as oil world changes. Number 1, Russia. Russia, the huge country with cold winters and vast lands, has a strong partnership with China in 2025. Trade hit $250 billion, with Russia selling gas and oil. They built a new pipeline for more supply. China helps Russia with tech and money amid US sanctions. Politically, leaders Xi and Putin meet often, pledging a new world order at SCO summit. They vote 95% together at UN against West. Military drills are big, sharing weapons and space tech. They use yuan and ruble for trades, ditching dollar. Culture ties include schools and festivals. Why close? US sanctions push Russia to China for survival. No limits friendship helps both against US. This gives Russia economic boost and military edge. But Russia depends more on China now. People get jobs from energy deals. This duo challenges West, reshaping global power. Top shift indeed. What a wild ride. These shifts show China's rise in 2025. If you like this, hit like, subscribe for more, and share. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.